Hey guys, let's get in the first part of this acting day. As you know, we are in the process of and we are actually setting C2 C3 level and advanced uh, and complicated vocabulary through this channel. So we are actually using 18 Drea as by saying anything, and then we keep setting, we keep learning, so that's kinds of knowledgeable things we can gain through this channel. So keep learning, keep having that knowledge with and somewhat you can be somewhat it can be what it seems complicated, but somehow you can if you can convince yourself to get the knowledge, to get the knowledge, that kind of things that are really highly what relevant toward English fluency, that can help and aid you to be a fluent English speaker in real life. So in that case, you have to uh, what you have to do something for it. Even it's a little bit but procedures and process of being a fluent English speaker. You have to hard work for it, and simply you can get it. It doesn't matter what other people come to say on this what matter or your this journey, but you are not gonna care about it. It's an everyone. You're just gonna neglect their perspectives and perceptions. You simply over here to be a diligent, hardworking, conscientious, persistent persons. So as you have been you have been saying it since last 3 months to yourself, but if you're not keeping all these things into your mentality, you are not amplifying all these things as per your need, then how can you uh, be that person? You don't deserve to be that person. So whatever whatever opportunities are ahead of you and behind you, you cannot able to get all these things, because you don't deserve. So that's why you have, first of all, I want to see that you have to be deservable persons, through your hard work, your patience, consistency, persistency, inner inspiration, discipline, uh, and somewhat motivation can also work over here. Somehow you have to convince yourself that you have to do. If if you guys are waiting for your success, then you are never gonna get it. So it is already written somewhere. So that's why if you want to get these things, then you have to somehow you have to impose yourself what to be hardworking, to be deservable person. You have to be like that. In that case, you can simply get each and everything in your life, but as I'm saying in through this way, that but you have to go through the way, the path of hardworking, lots of things I'm saying over here, but it is really difficult, but it might not be difficult if you guys have in the field of practical way. Practical way lead us toward somewhere where we actually imagined to stay or to be there. So lots of things matters over here. So in this way we can move toward our career, towards somewhere where actually we wanna be in our future. So all these things matters. On your everything is on your hand. If you guys are thinking that you can be something better in your life, then you guys are gonna be, you will become, because you are actually leading yourself towards somewhere where you have to be. So all these things matters only when you are actually concerned about your career, about something that which are really relevant, reliable for your career. So keep hardworking. First of all, I want to see that be conscientious person, and if you guys are actually following the strategy and the principle of all these diligent things, then you can simply become that person, and you deserve to stay, you deserve to be there. You have to uh, do anything for your career. If you guys are thinking that one day I'll be successful, then don't think about it, or just forget it all. Then if you guys are actually if you have dream that you have to get that things within 1 year or within 2 3 years, whatever, whatever you have imagined, you thought about it, then if you guys have thought about it, then you have to simply have to choose it. Choose the way of hard work, passion, patience. You have to go through all these things. Only in that case you can be successful in your life. Otherwise you guys are just you keep dreaming, but you never what turn into reality. All these things cannot be turned into reality because you are not actually working and hardworking into real life. If you guys are not hardworking into real life, then how can you deserve all these things in your life? So these things are really crucial only when you want to get something in your life through full hearts. You have to hard work. Otherwise there is no shortcuts to get to be millionaire, trillionaire, to be a person who is financially stable. Finance. You are if you even if you guys are gonna get financial freedom, there's something takes everything takes over time over here. So that's why learn to hard work, learn to be preservative. So all these things matters in your life. Otherwise, who cares about your career? Nobody's over here. You can simply fade in the crowd. Who cares about a person who is a lot of people are seeing. Suppose there is a crowd. If there is one of the person in the crowd is fading, he's not that is not in the eyes of other, that is not gonna come in the eyes of other people. Like suppose supervisor, monitor, or monitoring persons, specialized expertise, anything like that, who can predict about their career, or something, who can direct themselves toward positivity. If they are not in this and they don't come in their eyes, simply you also are the same person who can what who can who is treated in the same way. So that's why you must have to neglect all these things and just have to learn to focus and learn to be preservative person in your career. So that's your passions that you have to get in your life. Otherwise, nothing is impossible. Everything is over here feasible through your hard work, passion, consistency, persistency. All these things matter over here. So otherwise, people come to say that what a person he is. He couldn't even able to get anything in his life and just ruin his entire precious time. Life also even as well. So all these things are really essential to know at the early age. If you guys are thinking that I will do it from tomorrow, there's no tomorrow, brother and siblings. You have to get these things in time. And don't wait for the perfect time, perfect starting, embarkment, establishment, commencement. There's no perfect commencements or anything like that. Just start with simple, simple things, and then simply you will get over from that kind of distractions. Anything that can literally impact your mentality, not to get engaged in the activity, the things of what which can lead you toward your perpetual successful journey. You guys are actually used to dream about it, but you couldn't able to get all this in your life. So that's why these are really how it can be a kind of concerning things for you and for other people. But you just have to neglect that kind of perspective or perception. Whoever come to say that you're in a better, you are just, you cannot get anything in your life. And then people might have this kinds of criticisms over you, and let them criticize. Just you just focusing on your weaknesses, for things, and that whatever where you in the field where you have to improve yourself. So simply you will you guys are gonna get over from everything over time. So that's why you're gonna feel that proud of yourself one day, because you are actually in the process of learning, what uh, treating yourself in a positive way. So that's really matters. So even if you guys are feeling overwhelmed, then just learn to just stay at a peaceful place, and where there is no noise, and then keep meditating. Meditation is the key, that can help you to overcome from any kind of physical, mental problems. And you'll get a you come to elevate your self. You'll get that kind of elevations and relief from all these things. And then whenever you come to feel like nothing is on your hand, and you feel like something's triggering you to engage in that kind of negative activities or something like that, then just do physical workout. If you if you engage in any kind of like exercise, calisthenics, or home workout, even that, you just have to break your muscles, and the mind comes, and your mentality and that kind of thoughts uh, starts to work under your what your that your orders or something like that. And mind won't have control over it, and you. So that's why you have to remember that nobody's over here to control you. You are over here who can you are only the person who can change your life. So accept you, nobody's over here, and nobody will be behind and uh, ahead of you. So that's why you have to remember that if this is the time to think about your career. So if you guys are wasting it, I know this thing, and saying that you are wasting your time is easy, but actually using it and utilizing this time, this precious time, is actually kind of concerning things at this present time. Nobody's concerned about their career. So that's it, guys.